And how about this one? It's palette. And then this one, it goes... Hey, Mrs. Shea, are you okay? Mrs. Shea! Mrs. Shea! Are you okay? Shea!
Son, my daughter.
Last room on the left.
There, baby. There. Kids. Honey, you know what? Let's get dressed and go home, okay?
But, Mom, will she be okay?
Of course she will. And the doctor said that you're all perfectly fine.
But what happened?
What happened was you saved the lives of 4 people today. Maybe more. But you still have to wait till you're 16 to get your driver's license, okay? All right, now where's that other son?
But Mrs. Shea, her eyes rolled back in her head and she couldn't breathe and passed out.
Honey, they said maybe it was a food allergy or, I don't know, a reaction to something in the air. I mean, Mrs. Shea has asthma. Oh, sweet. You're okay, baby. It's all over. It's all over, baby. Miss West, that was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Have you been?
I turned 72 years old and a great-grandmother 2 times. God's keeping me around for his own purposes. You know, I haven't been here to this church since I kept house for that priest in Baton Rouge. I'm non-denominational since 1990, but Helene had to go to her daughter, so she asked me to play for her. And I said, well, God's music doesn't recognize Catholic, Baptist, whatever. It just floats in the air for everyone to hear.
Yes, and no one plays like you, Miss West.
Well, maybe so. Oh, my, your family has grown.
Catherine, Christopher.
Mm-hmm. I was so sorry to hear about your mama and the cancer. Your mama and Daddy and me stood side by side, marching for integration. You know, I loved her, your mama.
And she, you, Miss West. Thank you.
I lost my Yolanda to cancer, too soon. Her time was stolen from her by all those industries down there. Such a mess. But do you think anyone would listen to me when I told them? They all think I'm crazy.
You know, Miss West, I just wanted to say hello and tell you how wonderful it is to see you looking so well.
Well, now, you take care of that family of yours, Papa.
I will. Thank you. Hey, Eric.
So how's Mel? Did you get a word in edgewise?
Well, I hope I look half as good as she does when I'm her age.
Just so you don't start talking that much.
Yeah, I bet this rain's been good for your sugar cane, huh?
It better be.
Eric's losing his lease. Big plant coming in from Japan.
Huge deal. $700 million petrochemical complex.
Well, that'll bring some new life in the comet.
Yeah, well, not so sure we want that kind of life. These lawyers from Shintech, that's the name of the company, show up. And just like that, said they talked to the council. Well, I'm on the council and nobody talked to me.
What?
Eric's putting a meeting together.
To learn more about the plan and all. Yeah, you both should come.
Oh, I'm working overtime. Besides being an unemployed teacher, Pat's more into learning than I am.
Well, I keep telling him it's never too late to start.
It's never too late to start.
Come on, kids.
Come on, Christopher.
Let's go long for it.
Okay.
Come on, get it.
Catch.
Come on, race to the backyard.
Okay, sure.
Christopher, slow down.
Come on.
All right, now let's put all the vegetables down here, and then the potato salad in the middle, and then there's room for the meat up there.
Dive for it.
Where do you
Christopher, James, don't put any more sauce
Good,
on
Dad.
that. It just burns black.
Here.
Dive for it.
Hey, Darren. Chris, do you need your inhaler? Hey, Chris. Darren, I expect you to know better than to run him like that.
He's not a baby, Ma.
Ma,
After this, we really need to go and get me a dress for the dance.
Oh, honey, I gotta help Darren with this college aid application.
Why we gotta do that now?
Because in 2 years you're going to college, and we gotta pursue every grant and scholarship available.
Mom, you promised.
Daddy, get a good dress in case you dance with Eddie Camero.
Shut up.
Hey, Catherine Elizabeth.
Be quiet.
Hey. All right, dinner's ready. Come on, kids.
Come on, let's sit down.
Weezer.
Catherine, that's enough.
Dinner's ready. Thank you.
Bless us, O Lord, for these thy gifts which you're about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Now, when you compare convent to other areas in St. James Parish, there is 67 times more toxic air pollution. And you compare convent to the industrial corridor from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, which many consider to be the most polluted area in America, there is 93 times more toxic air pollution per square mile here. Now, you compare it to Louisiana. Convent is 130 times more polluted than the state as a whole. It is no wonder that parishes like yours along the river rank highest in America for deaths caused by cancer. Are there any questions so far?
Hi, I'm Pat Melancon, and I grew up around here. And, I mean, I've been around these plants my whole life, and I just can't believe that they would put this stuff into the air without somebody imposing some kind of laws.
Yeah, well, all of these toxic emission levels are allowable under Louisiana guidelines. Well, take that chemical cloud the other day on Highway 73, where the woman passed out and the child had to take the wheel. That is what is known as a toxic accident. This is an acceptable risk in the plant's operations.
That's Pat's daughter, Catherine. We're all mighty proud of her. So you're telling us that we should all be glowing green or growing fins or something. But we're not. What we want to know about is Shintech.
Shintech. Shintech would be the second largest petrochemical plant of its kind in the whole world. The proposed site is right next to Freetown, within a 2-mile radius of all of Convent. Now, Shintech has requested permission from the state and your parish council, permission to emit significant quantities of 5 hazardous chemicals. 1, vinyl chloride. It's a known cause of cancer and birth defects. 2, ethylene dichloride. A suspected human carcinogen and fire hazard. 3, methanol. It's a cause of blindness and liver damage. 4, chlorine, an asphyxiant, lung damage. 5, hydrochloric acid, highly toxic. It would also emit small quantities of chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, and benzene. All hazardous to your air and water.
Honey, did you get my suit back from the cleaners?
It's hanging on the closet. I love it when you put on your suit.
Probably be the only guy wearing one.
Hey, the union wouldn't have you come to Baton Rouge if they didn't want you to run. Vice president local, that's a big deal.
Homework?
Yeah, it's just notes from the meeting. Did you know that PVCs contain dioxin, the most toxic chemical known to man? That's the same stuff they put in Agent Orange.
Oh, man. That stuff really messed up a lot of guys in now.
Yeah, well, that's what they're going to produce at this plant.
Well, I don't think they're going to spray it on us.
Well, what about accidents? What about what happened to Kath and Tammy?
That's what it was. It was an accident. They haven't built a new plant here in 20 years. People around here need the jobs. It's a good thing. No use getting everybody all scared.
Yeah, but even if 10% of what they say is true, I mean...
Hadn't hurt us. I'm still as healthy as I was the day you met me.
Hey, Andrea.
Oh, hey, ladies.
How are you?
Good,
can I help you?
Oh, Pat Melancon.
Hey, how have you been?
Oh, right as rain, right as rain.
Good, good. You know Gloria Roberts, right?
Of course I do. Miss Roberts?
morning.
You still teaching?
Oh, yes.
What about you, Pat? Heard you was going back to work.
Yeah, I hope to start up next semester. Christopher's old enough now.
Good. Parish needs good teachers.
You know, we went to this meeting last night for this new chemical plant, Shintech. Do you know anything about it?
Do I know about it? When anyone wants to spend $700 million in our parish, you bet I know about it.
We were just curious about them, what they're going to build and all.
Well, here you go. We got a ton of information on them. They're real sharp guys. Research convent thoroughly before choosing us. A lot of lawyers make a lot of paperwork. Ladies, help yourself.
Okay. Dear Mr. Kanagawa, I think that's how you pronounce that. Let me emphasize that Louisiana is interested in having you locate your facility in this state. I pledge the full support of my administration. That's from M.J. Foster, governor.
And this is from Kanagawa to Dale, thanking him for the lovely gift.
And here's toxic emissions. So you got to copy that one.
Okay, now this is sent to Shintech, describing all the Coastal Commission and the parish council members. Donald Himes, black male, employed with chemical industry, very quiet, non-controversial. Try giving his kid a C in math.
I had the daughter in 3rd grade, and the mom's even worse. You know, why would they need to have all this information about the council?
Well, like Dale says, they're awfully thorough. Want me to copy that too?
No. 25 cents a page would cover just what we need.
Okay, that'll be $29.75.
Okay.
We could go broke doing this.
Don't I know it?
Whoa, that didn't sound good.
Motor shot. Need to order a part. They still make it.
You know we got that thing when Darren was a baby.
Well, maybe it's time for a new one.
We can't afford it.
You'll be going back to teaching soon. We can buy on time.
No, we're maxed out, James.
Okay. I'll see if I can get the part. You coming to bed?
You know, I'll be there in a minute. I'm gonna take some notes on this new plant. We're gonna have another meeting.
I bet you're sorry Eric ever got you mixed up in this thing.
No, it wasn't Eric's idea, it's mine.
Why?
Well, don't you think it's weird that the parish council is practically giving a welcoming parade for this huge chemical complex and nobody knows anything about it?
Money talks.
Yeah, but Freetown's practically in its shadow. Look.
Well, there's nothing you can do.
Sure. I mean, we can have a meeting and invite everybody, find out as much about it before they build the thing.
Everybody, including Freetown?
Especially Freetown.
I don't want you running around Freetown by yourself.
I'll be fine.
I mean it, Pat.
All right. I'll find somebody to help me. Maybe I'm overreacting, but it never hurts to get more information.
Yeah. All you need to know is you are right and they are wrong. You are right. They will bring more pollution into this community, which has got too much pollution already.
Well, that may be true, Miss West, but we need to get our facts straight.
Put that there, darling. Facts, huh? You know, when I was a kid, on the first Sunday of every month, they would have the baptizing right down there on the shallow part of the river. Now, I wouldn't put my pinky toe in there. See, the land and the water around there ain't no good no more, except for some flowers, because we don't eat them.
Miss West, if we can prove that these plants cause health hazards.
If. Don't be using that word if. When it is a health hazard. Is. When my Yolanda got breast cancer 10 years ago, the plan said it was from her taking birth control pills. Well, I said to them, if that's true, then there are a lot of men on the pill, because they're dying from cancer too. See, these industries get rich spewing poison.
Look, Ms. West, I am terribly sorry about what happened to Yolanda, but that happened a long time ago in Baton Rouge, and maybe because of your loss, you can't be objective about...
Are you saying you don't want my help? Look, Pat, God directed you here, just like he brought me together with your mama, marching to integrate the schools. I can remember you on that bus, you know, so quiet and little. Your family, the only white kids on the bus.
I was petrified.
But you were on that bus. Stop them from coming here! Stop them from pumping more poison in our river and air! Stop them from pumping more poison in our river and air! Stop them from coming here!
Can I give you this book, please? For meetings this week.
Do you want more petrochemical plants in convents? Make an informed choice. You want one, too? Hey, can I give you this? Yeah, it's a flyer about it.
What I want to come to some meeting for? I look like a fool trying to stop a plan.
April, don't be saying can't, no, and all that negative, because I just don't hear it. We need all the black people in on this, else that big cancer-belching plant gonna be your new neighbor.
Well, how come the white folks so concerned?
Pat Melancon breathes the same air we do. It's a danger to all of Convent.
We already got the killings and the drugs.
But this here is something we got a chance to do something about.
I suppose you'll be needing a ride to the meeting.
April, I will be truly grateful.
Well, look who's doing the cooking tonight.
Dale. Yeah, Pat's been so busy planning her meeting, it's the only way we're gonna eat.
I saw Pat the other day at the office.
Yeah, she checked out this Shintech deal. She's a little worried about the pollution and all.
Well, you know, James, there's nothing to worry about. All the hoops business has got to jump through.
That's what I told her. I better get this home before it gets cold.
Where did you say that meeting was?
Tuesday, the community center.
That's it. Y'all have a good one.
Catherine and Chris, can you take the bus home today? Well, they said they'd have them copied by 3. Can you pick them up? That's great. All right. Oh, my God, I need those papers tonight. No, it's not you, Christopher. Just, you know what? Let me call you back.
Are we making a mess, Chris?
That's my ride.
Where's my wallet? Pat, you see my wallet?
Laundry room. Hey, Darren, I need you home by 5.
Okay, bye.
So sticky.
Don't touch me, Mom.
My lunch?
I didn't get to it. Can you get a sandwich at work? I promise. After tonight, everything will be back to normal, okay?
Mom, there's been an accident. My fingers are stuck together.
All right, honey, I'm coming.
Hello, this is Imelda West. Is April Aurora in there? Oh. How long ago?
Okay, come on, kid. Let's go. I don't want to be late.
April had to take her grandchild to the hospital, so the Lord provided me with chariots.
What's going on here?
Hi.
No, thank you.
Ma'am? Don't you be putting no stick on me. I'm not here for that.
Well, please help yourself to some refreshment.
No, thank you, no.
Why don't y'all come in and take a seat?
Who are all these people?
No friends of ours.
These are exciting times for St. James Parish.
Imelda, hi.
hello.
I'm so glad you're here. Sit
Lots
down.
of people here come talk to you tonight.
Hi, Eric. What's going on here?
Looks like your meeting's been hijacked by the powers that be. Now, come on. You just gotta get some power yourself.
I want y'all to join me in a St. James welcome to George Walker, Director of Public Relations for Shintech.
We don't want him here.
Don't shout out like that.
I most certainly can.
Thanks for the opportunity to come here and talk to you all about our company and about how we treat our neighbors.
You will not get anywhere.
I won't get anywhere with you with your facts and figures tucked in that bag. They saw us coming. We gotta fight back.
Chemicals are a part of life. Products derived from polyvinyl chloride, let's just call them PVCs, are vital. Without PVC, your car would cost you $1,000 more. A typical home would cost you at least $5,000 more. PVC is used for water pipes and electrical insulation, at the grocer to preserve your meats. It is also used to substitute for wood in construction, and it's good for the environment because it saves trees. Of course, the most important thing you want to know, and I'm happy to tell you, Shintech will bring jobs. 165 of them. That's right.
It's a good story. Yes. When I heard this plant was burning radioactive waste, I thought something should be done about it. So I called up the mayor and I said, "Hello, this is Mary Lee. I'd like to speak to the mayor." Well, he didn't return my calls 3, 4 times. So to hell with this. I always loved that Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That was started by one woman empowering herself to protect her children. So I called the mayor's office again, but this time I said, "Hello, this is Mary Lee Orr, president of Mothers Against Air Pollution." Just a minute. Hello, mayor. Well, that's when I learned the power of organizing. And nobody knows about organizing like us mothers do.
Around here, no one is gonna listen to a bunch of mothers with all their PR people and lawyers.
If the Lord wants our voices to be heard, don't matter who we are. Let's say from now on, we start all our meetings by joining hands. Lord, this group gonna grow into a thunderous herd. We're gonna talk loud, so loud Shintech gonna hear us in Japan. We're gonna stop them from coming here and polluting your beautiful earth. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
You know, maybe the first thing that we need to do is form a committee to research the effects and
Here she goes.
Pat, the research is in our homes and in our schools. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, we didn't all have asthma or ear infections or chronic nosebleeds like our kids do.
My own son has asthma, and they say that it's something that kids just get.
Then St. James Parish gonna win the Just Getting It prize.
You know, that's all well and good, but if we want to do this, we got to know what we're talking about. And in all I've read, there's no proven link.
By the time scientists prove it indisputably, and by the time big business allows them to say they can prove it, our kids will either have grown up or not. Look, y'all, the moms here. Nobody's gonna fight this battle but you. Now.
All right, what do we do?
Get in their faces. You hire a good lawyer, and you elect your officers.
You're the president.
No, you know, I'm flattered, Miss West, but we need to take a proper vote.
Anybody who doesn't want Pat as president, say so.
Miss West, I cannot do this. I mean, I'm going to go back to work, and I got my kids. I can't take this on.
Roseanne, you got a fax machine. You should be the secretary. Gloria, you're good with numbers. So she's the treasurer.
And Imelda, just what office are you to boss us around?
I don't want no office. I don't want nobody worrying about what I'm liable to say, you know, in the name of this organization. I gotta be free to do and say what I want when I want. Now let's get to work.
Okay.
The St. James Citizens for Jobs and the Environment. It's quite a mouthful, ladies. Glad to see the word jobs in your club's name, because Shintech is going to bring jobs to Convent.
Well, Mr. Freelou, we need jobs that don't pollute our air and water. And if you'll just allow me, of the 23 million pounds of toxins released into the air annually in St. James Parish, 22 million are emitted in a 4-mile radius in and around Convent, and this includes ethylene
ethylene dichloride. Yes, we know all about that. I heard about you organizing that meeting in Convent last month, Mrs. Melancon. Rest assured, The Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality will make sure Shintech preserves the quality of the environment before we grant an air permit.
Well, just how far along in that process are you, James?
I heard you were at that meeting too, Mary Lee.
I was there too, if you're keeping some sort of list.
When we issue their proposed permit, as always, there'll be a public meeting for those for and against it. Now, if you want, I will fax the permit application to your attorney for review. Who is representing your little group?
They're currently interviewing attorneys. For now, just fax them.
Well, all right, but you won't be able to understand it because it's Greek.
Well, I'll just get somebody who can translate Greek.
Well, that is your prerogative, Mrs. Melancon.
Mr. Walker, did you get that fax?
It says, how have you exhibited leadership in your community?
Well, you're the team co-captain for one thing.
I don't really think that's leadership.
Of course it is, honey. Every time you take responsibility for a group or an activity, that's leadership. And also you can...
Also what?
What's wrong, Mom?
Oh, nothing. We've been trying to get... Been trying to get legal help and everybody keeps turning us down. Catherine, can you help me with dinner, please, sweetie?
Mom?
Yeah.
How old were you the first time you kissed a boy?
Oh, I don't know, honey. Maybe I was 16.
Some of my friends have already done it. I mean, well, you know, not like French, but...
Oh, Eddie. You kiss so well.
Shut up, you little
Ah! Hey, Catherine Elizabeth. Yeah, hi, Marilyn. Can you call me back, please?
He threw it at me, too!
All right, that's it. That's it.
Quit complaining, you threw it at me!
Oh, then why are you crying?
Why are you getting mad at me? She's one who threw it.
It hit
Okay,
me!
okay, both of you go to your room now and don't come out until I tell you. Now, go.
Fine.
And the Sierra Club Legal Defense Fund told us that they sympathize, but they just can't take on a case like this at this time. I mean, we pretty much got the same thing from all of them. Now, Shintech has a team of lawyers. I mean, they got scientists, PR firm, engineering firm.
Not to mention a pro-business governor who'll bend over backwards to bring $700 million into the state.
Amen to that.
Thanks, John. Meet Pat Melancon.
Hey, John.
And Imelda West.
You are a lawyer, baby?
This clinic is made up of students like John who are in their last year of law school. The state allows them to represent people who can't afford an attorney otherwise.
Well, we're the ones. You shaving yet?
Of course, Lisa and I closely supervise them, and we can only handle so many clients at a time. Your case requires hours of research. There's the water permits, the air permits, public hearings, the State Department of Environmental Quality, all the way up to the Federal Environmental Protection Agency.
We're prepared to do what it takes.
Environmentalists have been trying to clean up Cancer Alley for years, but these industries, they just get stronger.
Cancer Alley?
The chemical corridor between Baton Rouge and New Orleans is where Convent is. You've never heard it called that?
Well, would you call your home something like that?
God, I'm sorry, I didn't.
We're organized to put that cancer in remission. Now, are you going to help us or not?
I sincerely wish we could.
We don't need them anyway, helping poor folk. Just look at that Lisa Levine. She doesn't know how poor folk can be. Just look at her clothes. We don't need them.
We do need them.
I say we don't.
Miss West, we cannot do this by ourselves.
You know enough about PVCs and chemical runoff and toxic waste and...
Oh, no. They're starting construction. How can they do that without the permits?
They're doing it. But they're not gonna get away with it. They've started digging.
Yes, I believe it was site preparation, yes.
Preparation, contamination, damnation.
Yes, please. Yeah, can you repeat that?
In Louisiana, a company isn't supposed to begin any construction before obtaining its permits.
Pretty arrogant move by Shintech.
Or by the state.
Well, wait a minute. You think that the state approved this?
Get the car. We're going to Baton Rouge.
All right, you know, who can we talk to about this?
Let's go, Pat.
I can make a call and get back to you.
As a favor, Pat, we still can't take on your case.
So I'll call you later.
Okay.
One phone call, that's all. Lisa?
I know.
You know, I've been thinking about getting an organic turkey this year. They're kind of expensive.
The union gives away turkeys free every year.
Well, where are they from?
Oh,
The turkeys.
I don't know.
Well, they're from around here. I won't have my family even touch them.
What's gotten into you lately?
Look, the land around here is poison. Look, the plants around here pollute the air and water, which contaminates the soil where they grow the grain to feed the turkeys who drink the contaminated water.
Okay, Teach. By the time that turkey spends 7 hours in that oven, no germs or bacteria are gonna survive.
Well, fine. That's just the kind of ignorance that got us here in the first place.
Look, Pat, I know you're way more educated than me, but any idiot can see you're going way overboard with all this stuff.
Well, what do you mean by that?
You're talking about our home. A home that I worked damn hard for. At one of these plants where I'm lucky to be employed. Think about that next time you start preaching this liberal stuff, about how bad it is around here.
So this will let Shintech know that you're all ready and able to work with them here in Freetown. And that includes you, ma'am. We'd like to sign you up, neighbor.
Honey, go on.
Keep your fancy pen. You know who I am.
I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting. Janice Dickerson, Director of Community Relations for the State Department of Environmental Quality.
She's another West.
Miss West, why don't you read this before you judge it?
I know how to read more than some folks here. I am interested in job opportunities that Shintech has to offer. Anyone ever got no jobs in these plants around here? My 5 sons, all educated, all had to leave the area to find work. You all know this Shintech ain't no different.
Miss West, give us a chance.
That's right, Miss West. Give them a chance to help you.
State shouldn't be taking sides.
I'm just here building a bridge between both sides. Encourage development and getting people back to work.
If Shintech gonna give us jobs, then you tell Shintech and your DEQ to put that in handwriting. In handwriting. Handwriting. See? Mm-hmm.
Shintech asked permission from the DEQ. That's the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality.
We know what the DEQ is.
Anyway, the DEQ allowed Shintech to proceed with site preparation based on a pretty sketchy 20-year-old guidance document.
But I don't understand. I thought you said that they couldn't start.
By law, they shouldn't. You need to draft a letter to the DEQ challenging the construction. You need to CC the Attorney General. That'll stop them for now.
We hope. You married?
Miss West.
No, it's okay. It's okay. My boyfriend Roger and I have been together for 3 years, and right now we don't really see the need to get married.
Around here, family's key. See, Freetown's founded right after the Civil War, so lots of its people descended from slaves. We have to get out right here because you can't drive down the lanes.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me tonight. Mavis here is 4 generations, now 5, here in Freetown. She grew up with all those plants around her.
Yeah, I grew up with the odors, coughing, my kids' ear infections. Last year, the sirens went off 3 times.
Shelter-in-place drill?
Yeah, that's what they call them, but them wasn't no drills. You hear the sirens supposed to run inside your house, lock up all the doors and windows so they can't no outside air pollution get inside. Just stay there till they blow the all clear. You can see this place ain't exactly what you call airtight.
Okay, Roseanne, I already looked over the EIQs. You can hand them out, but you might want to vet them one more time before we fly. You might want to look
I'll
all
pass
big.
them
All right, great. One to everybody. Okay. Go.
This is going to save the clinic lots of time in researching the briefs.
The clinic?
From this day forward, the St. James Citizens for Jobs and the Environment is represented by the Tulane Environmental Law Clinic. If you still want us.
Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time because we only have 30 days to review and file comment before the state will make its final decision on the air permit.
30 days, that's good.
Considering they usually allow 100 days of public review for a sewer expansion, no, it's not good. The state has put this plant on the fast track, and you are the only one standing in their way.
And we're not moving.
Well, we'll handle the legal filings, but you have got to get people to the hearings, and you've got to get people like Mavis, people who can witness how these plants destroy the quality of their lives.
The community will get behind us.
Yes. And just remember, you are going up against a lot of power in this state.
Famous Melancon peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What you got here?
It's the last sandwich you'll ever eat.
Well, you're sleeping on the job, huh?
I gotta get back.
What, you working 16 hours again?
Got to. Bills to pay.
I suppose Pat's rabble-rousing's getting kind of expensive, ain't it?
It's not rabble-rousing.
As friend, Jimbo, I hear a lot of guys saying that maybe you ought to keep more of an eye on her. You know, with the union election coming up and all.
People should mind their own business.
It is our business when your wife goes traipsing around the state meeting with the governor.
The governor will see you now.
And it's not just the elevated cancer, asthma, and birth defect rates that exist within our community. We are also extremely concerned about its proximity to our elementary school.
There's no proven link here now, is there?
Look, Governor, we got people sick and dying right and left in our town around all those plants. Why do you think they call it Cancer Alley?
There are regulations, and doggone it, this administration's gonna make sure they're lived up to. Now, the DEQ tells me that Shintech so far has followed all the Louisiana rules.
Well, now that's what we were afraid of.
Governor, could we ask that you extend the public comment period on the air permits? It's just, we need more time.
You ladies gotta understand that companies have timetables. They don't have 8 years to build a plant. If you hold them up to the point it's economically unfeasible to come here, they're gonna go someplace else. And Louisiana is gonna lose a bunch of jobs.
Well, Governor, with all due respect, if industrial development is supposed to bring jobs, then why do we have 62% unemployed in one of the most industrialized parishes in the state?
I'm gonna give you a couple of more weeks on the comment period. There's nothing else I have the jurisdiction to help you with.
Well, why not? You're the governor, ain't you?
The last time I checked.
Must be pretty impressive, the governor's office.
Yeah, well, I guess I was too nervous to notice.
Here, I hope it helps.
It sure will.
Gonna have to take these for the rest of my life. Doctor said I lost 30% of my lung capacity. It's the asthma that made me real susceptible. Sure makes it hard chasing after the kids.
Tammy, you need to come to the air permit hearing next week and tell about this.
I don't know, Pat. It was just an accident that I just happened to drive through.
Yeah, but there was no siren, there's no warning.
The company's been real good to us. They paid all my medical bills. They help when they can.
Well, no, everybody's got to do what's best for their family, but...
You know, I hope you have a real good turnout, Pat. Truly, I do.
So, Catherine has dance practice 5 o'clock on Monday. You know what? You should take that one, James, because I got a meeting at 4:30. And Christopher stays late for the Christmas pageant every night this week. Honey, what time do they pick you up for that?
I don't know.
Is there any clean glasses in this house, Mom?
Darren, please, just wash one. You know what? Call Wanda at the school and find out what time. And Darren has basketball, and you need to give Kyle a ride, too, because we carpool this week. Oh, and Catherine's got piano.
Yeah, and I've got dance on Thursday, too, because of the recital.
Why don't James call and cancel her piano? You know what? I can do that.
Don't put yourself out there.
What do you mean by that?
Never mind, go on.
No, you were sarcastic with me. You have been for weeks. Why?
Why? Take a look around you, Pat.
You're mad because I haven't done the dishes? You could do them, you know.
I work 2 shifts. All I ask is when I come home, there's a place for me to sit down.
Fine.
It ain't piled so high with boxes that no one's supposed to touch but you.
Fine. I'll just move them. All you have to do is tell me.
How can I when you're always on the phone or out, God knows where, meeting the governor?
Is that what this is about?
Mommy, Daddy, please don't
You could have
fight.
told me.
I only knew the day before.
Then how come the whole plant knew?
Besides, every time I talk about my work, you make me feel
Your
like
work?
I'm...
Teaching's your work. Getting paid about something you know about, that's work.
You know that I can't go back to teaching. They're depending on me.
What about us?
Mama? Mama, Daddy, please.
Oh, my God. James, help me. Here we go.
It's okay,
Here
buddy.
we go. Here we go.
Big breath.
What'd the doctor say?
We did everything we should. Said the attack was probably brought on by stress. Pat, that's why you gotta stop all this.
No, James, that's why I have to keep going. I am not the reason that Christopher has asthma. It's the air we breathe and the water we drink, the sick kids, the cancer rates I'm learning about. It's killing us. It probably killed my mother.
You can't prove that. You don't even know it's true.
Yes, I do. In my heart, I do. And your son in there struggling for breath. I mean, that's all the proof that you should need. Or Catherine, when Tammy lost control of a car, a chemical cloud, what they call an accident, almost killed our daughter. And nobody, not the governor, not the parish, is doing anything to prevent it from happening again.
And what makes you think you can do anything?
I don't know. I don't know if I can, but I care too much about you and the kids to let them treat our home like a dumping ground. In that meeting next week, we gotta fill the room with people who care as much about their families as we do, and then there'll be another meeting and another. We gotta stay in their face until they take us seriously.
You're gonna piss off a lot of people, Pat.
Well, I know. And that's why I need you and the kids to understand what I'm doing. James, I can't do this without you.
You won't have to.
Take a leap of faith.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take a leap of faith in the arms of a stranger. Feel like you're falling, but someone is calling, saying stop playing safe. Take a leap of faith. There's a border that runs through this town, fighting the bitter and sweet. Someday that wall will come down. I do believe.
I know.
Come on, kid. Take a leap of faith.
Just for 5 minutes. I want to jump in. In the week. Can you be there, right?
In the arms of a
That's great.
stranger.
So before you go, you get
Feel like you're falling. Someone is calling.
We'll see you there. Thank you so much.
Pat's group has 1,200 signatures on their petition. That is over half of Convent. They are doing their part. Let's make sure we do ours.
There's just not enough time.
All right, so what have you got so far?
Actually, I may have found some discrepancies in their application.
Go on.
In their application, Shintech has categorized 2 VCM cracking furnaces as heaters, but their own diagrams show the furnaces convert EDC to vinyl chloride and hydrochloric acid. It's a classic definition of an indirect fired chemical process reactor.
So they're calling it a heater when it's really a reactor?
It certainly appears that way.
Well, if a reactor leaks, that's a far more serious situation. I mean, have they provided adequate protection for this?
If a leak develops, toxic clouds can migrate several miles, exposing all of Convent and the surrounding area.
No offense, but they're never going to listen to a student on this one.
Well, I worked in a chemical plant for 2 summers. I know a chemist there who's pretty pro-environment.
Okay, see if you can get him to confirm this.
All right, now let me put these right here.
Peanut butter again?
Let's get a lot of protein. I promise I'll go to the grocery store tomorrow. Hey, James, you remember the meeting's at 5:30, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Larger lights go on the bottom. I don't know why you had to do this today of all days.
Well, tomorrow will be something else, and before you know it, Christmas will be over. It's okay. You go make the world safe for children and other living things. We can handle a Christmas tree.
You're gonna be there, right? You promise?
I still don't know why you had to pick me up 2 hours early. But what we gonna eat anyway? Maybe they should open up a peanut butter plant here.
Yeah, I don't want to get ambushed this time. I want to make sure everybody gets signed up to speak. Well, who are the people on this list?
They'll be speaking tonight. A lot of them are flying in from Texas.
So the speakers will be in this order?
Yes, that's what it means.
All right, that doesn't seem quite fair because we have people coming to speak against who haven't arrived yet either.
Go ahead and sign them up.
Meaning, I'm going to be number 42 to speak?
If that's where you are on the list.
Like trying to register to vote with Dr. King. We just gotta fight them with their own procedural rules. Show them we can, because can't is not in the Lord's vocabulary.
Hi.
Okay.
I got here early like you said. What do we sign in?
Right there.
Thanks.
You came.
I'm a little nervous speaking in public.
You're going to be great. Thank you so much. Just sign up right there.
Hey, Mrs. Melancon. Ha! It's good to see you again. Now, I hear you got a large family, Mrs. Melancon. So, please, here, you help yourself?
You may speak in opposition to the proposed permit, in support, or simply to provide information. Your comments will be recorded and taken into serious consideration before a final decision is reached. Now, I'm going to call 4 names at a time, so stand by and be ready. Our first speakers are E.E. Schroeder with Shintech, in support. Rick Smith, in support. Wayne Sorensen, in support. Joyce Baker, in support.
You know, Sharon, if you could just take a few more minutes, that would let me just give you some more information, and I appreciate you coming.
Barbara Falgust, in support.
Hi, thank you, and thank you to Shintech.
You know, I got the
for allowing
early
me to
shift
speak
tomorrow.
on their behalf.
Yeah,
I just
no.
want to say that I think that this is such a
Why don't you go on
wonderful
home, honey?
opportunity for all
sure?
of us to be able to support them in this. They're going to bring a lot of work to our community, which, as you all know, we could really use at this time when there's been so much unemployment.
Pat, I'm sorry, I really have to go. I have to put the babies to bed.
You know, you really made a difference coming here tonight. I appreciate it.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
I own a small business in Freeport, Texas, and what that business is selling mini motorhomes. I gotta tell you, since Shintech came to town, well, my business is double, triple, and it's just been a wonderful thing for my family, and I've hired more people. I mean, not a lot, but some. Well, I just wanted to share that with you folks here in the great state of Louisiana. And I'm proud. No, I'm honored to have Shintech as a neighbor.
We got business with Shintech too. How about equal time?
Yeah, how about it?
We want equal time.
Courteous behavior is expected of everyone at all
You guys
times.
took over our meeting. Now what about it?
Courteous behavior is expected of everyone at all times.
Wait a minute.
Go get him, Pat.
You just wait a minute.
That's right.
You tell him, Pat.
We'll take a 5-minute break and pick up back here at say 10 o'clock.
Hey, let us speak. Get on. Let us speak. Put your hands off. Keep away from us. Let her go.
Don't want any riots on our
You know what? We are not going to put up with this. The people of Common have to sit here and wait while they fly in consultants and employees from Texas.
Shintech's got a plant there, Pat. They flew the whole parish council down there, and I tell you, you walk into that plant, you can practically eat off the floor.
We're not talking about the floor, Eric. That plan is 1/3 the size of what they're proposing here. I mean, it's apples and oranges.
Mrs. Melancon.
Hey, you work for the state. Your obligation is to make sure this process works for the people who live here. I got people in there waiting to speak who brought their kids. Tomorrow's a school day.
Perhaps they should have left their kids home.
Well, you know what? They can't afford a babysitter. They bring their kids with them everywhere. Besides, I want those kids there. I want those kids at every meeting so you can see just exactly who it is you're poisoning.
Oh, Mrs. Monson, please. In the spirit of Christmas, let's try to get along.
You know, my husband put up our tree today. And in the spirit of Christmas, I would like to invite Mr. George Walker of Shintech to join me at the podium. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this plant will be the only one of its kind to manufacture all three: vinyl chloride monomer, ethyl dichloride, and polyvinyl chloride. Did I say those all right?
You're doing fine, Mrs. Melanson.
Thank you.
You want a job?
That's funny. It's funny that you should say that because Shintech is going to guarantee 165 jobs to the people living here. Is that right?
Well, you're certainly going to guarantee equal opportunity. Obviously, it's a two-way street. People have to be educated, have computer skills.
Okay, so are you planning to train us?
Well, understand, first and foremost, I work for a profit-making corporation.
Well, just how many of us are going to get those 165 jobs? How many?
Answer the question!
That's impossible, really, to answer tonight.
Okay. Well, what about safety, Mr. Walker?
The vinyl chloride monomer, the primary dangerous chemical, which you pronounced so nicely, Mrs. Melancon, will not be present in quantities that would harm anybody, even with prolonged exposure over a lifetime.
Just enough to kill you, slowly.
Yeah. Right. And what if there's an accident?
The plant is designed with safety in mind. The community will be warned, sirens will go off, residents will follow shelter-in-place procedures.
Right, so they should just go into their homes with their airtight walls and windows.
Yes, that's right.
You know what, next time you're in Freetown, Mr. Walker, just check out how airtight their walls and windows are.
That is right. That is right. You come to Freetown. Come see that.
I mean, we may be poor and we may be unskilled, but we are not stupid.
Damn right.
And we are sick and tired of industry coming here and leaving us nothing but bad odors and toxic fumes.
Absolutely.
I mean, leaving our children with asthma and ear infections, our loved ones dying of cancer.
Damn right. That's it. Listen to what she's saying. You gonna take care of our kids?
We have waited a long time. I mean, I'm not just talking about tonight. We have waited a lifetime to say enough is enough.
That's right, Pat.
Yes.
Tell him, Pat.
She's telling you the truth.
Enough is enough.
That's right.
Enough is enough. 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 Enough is enough.
So, that's it. The DEQ approved the air permit, but we still have the Environmental Protection Agency and they can veto it. We sent in our objections.
You know, we got all those people there and they went ahead as if we were invisible.
You know, they have been on Shintech's side from the very beginning.
If we can prove to the EPA how biased they are, then we've really got a case.
What about all those letters that we saw over at the council office, Pat? From the governor and Dale welcoming them.
You saw these?
They sent a list to Shintech describing the council members that would be cooperative.
Pat, we need to get these letters.
You know, James did all the Christmas shopping this year, Lisa. I barely spent Christmas Day with my kids. What kind of a mother is that?
A mother who knows what's more important than gifts.
You know, I'm sorry, but I don't really think you know what it's like to give up so much time with your family. No,
Pat.
she can't know how much it hurts to let down the people that you love.
Pat, Lisa postponed her wedding. After 3 years, Roger finally gonna do the right thing. And
Who's Roger?
How do you know this, Imelda?
because I ask questions, that's why. Everybody's so concerned about minding their own business. We are each other's business. You know what I mean?
Lisa, I feel terrible. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't have time to plan a wedding right now, so I'll get married in June, after we stop Shintech.
Well, I don't think we're going down the right path if we start talking about contracting out.
We need something to bargain with.
Well, I can't let my men lose overtime to contract workers.
James, you ain't got a whole lot of credibility around here when it comes to protecting jobs.
Yeah, your wife out there fighting tooth and nail against jobs.
What jobs? Y'all know a new plant comes in here, considers us too unskilled. Won't even train us for the better jobs.
I think Pat's got you trained.
Open your eyes.
Open yours. I'm surprised his house is still standing.
Is that a threat?
Just an observation.
Now they need your tax returns from last year. Dad said to ask you.
Darren, I can't get it right away if you need it this week.
That's definitely for you.
Hello? Hi, Miss West. What? Oh, Lord. All right. All right. I'll be right here. I'll be right there. Hey, Darren, could you watch Chris for me?
Why is it you can always say yes to them?
with St. James Citizens for Jobs and the Environment has banded together with several radical environmental groups. I mean, using scare tactics to frighten citizens. Support Shintech locating in convent.
As far as I can see, they sent this to everyone in convent, anonymously. Damn fools even sent it to me.
I mean, who would have sent such a thing?
The number on the postage meter traces it back to the parish council office.
Are you sure?
Yes, they sent out over 400 of them. It's just more proof of bias.
Well, Lisa, I really appreciate your help.
Oh, Pat, come on. You're a client, it's her job. Besides, missing a chance to nail these guys would be like missing Mardi Gras. It's just not possible.
I don't know what list you're referring to.
It was a letter to Shintech's law firm listing the members of the council, and it was here a couple of months ago.
Well, maybe you should have copied it a couple of months ago.
Is Dale here?
I think he's in a meeting. Why?
Well, I don't suppose you know anything about an anonymous flyer that was sent out to 400 residents of convent in support of Shintech?
15 pages to copy.
15 pages at 75 cents a page.
Wait, 75 cents. It used to be 25 cents a page.
Well, it went up.
These are public records. Louisiana law prohibits charging more than the actual cost of copying the document.
75 cents, just the same.
Now, Mrs. Melancon and her ladies group here have been asking some questions about that flyer sent from one of our offices and about a dossier sent to Shintech with profiles of all of us here on the council. They claim it shows the council's bias, and therefore we should all recuse ourselves. Well, this is the big leagues, ladies. When Shintech asks us for a scouting report so that they would know who the players are, we give it to them. Well, that's not bias. That is promoting development. Now, we were elected to do that, elected by the people. Now, if there are no more questions, we will vote on the motion to issue Shintech a coastal use permit. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Steamrollered meeting after meeting. Miss West, don't you ever get exhausted by this?
And the Lord gives me all the wakefulness I need to do his work. Then he tells me, Imelda, it's time for you to shut the phone, shut your eyes, and give yourself some rest. So I do. No, I know it's not so easy for you. You got the kids, and then, but just the kind of person you are who just gives and gives.
Hold on.
What?
I think I'm being followed. That car, I see it everywhere. I'm scared.
That's why they do it.
I'm afraid for my kids.
Don't be afraid for your kids. Don't be afraid for yourself. The Lord did not put us here to live in fear. I don't hear nothing about no fear.
You're right, Miss West. I'm sorry.
You gotta learn to pace yourself, Pat, else you're gonna burn out like some old used-up engine can't run no more. Now you go home and rest. Put Shintech away for a while.
I will.
Go home and rest.
total the car?
No, she didn't total the car.
You kids should be in bed. Go on.
Night, Mommy and
Go to
Daddy.
bed now.
Okay, everybody get to bed. Everything's okay now.
Night, Mom. Night, Dad.
They're just worried about you, Pat.
I know. I'll go in there in a minute. What am I gonna do without a car?
Well, first, let's see how bad the damage is. Darren and I can probably do a lot of the work.
We can't afford this.
But we can't afford to lose you either. I mean it, Pat. You gotta be more careful. You watch your back.
What do you mean?
Just that, I don't know. The guys at work been talking. There's that anonymous flyer going
I
around.
know where that flyer came from.
Well, it doesn't make it any easier knowing where it comes from. It's harder when you know it's your friends and neighbors who are gunning for you.
I know.
Is all this really worth it?
Yes. Yes, it is, James.
The EPA can't do this to them.
Well, they did.
I assured them that if all else fails, they still have the almighty Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, how can they ignore all of our objections?
Because they never saw them.
But we sent them months ago.
The guy who was reviewing Shintech got transferred, so he gave your comments to his supervisor who...
Never looked at them.
Said they were misplaced.
So now their friends at the DEQ are free to go ahead and issue the air permits.
It was probably just an honest bureaucratic mistake.
Honest?
Let's just stay cool and look at this through another door, okay? Now, the good news is the EPA advised both DEQ and Shintech to address the EJ issue.
EJ?
Environmental justice. Our position will be that it's discriminatory. It's a violation of the Civil Rights Act to place a facility like Shintech in an area that's predominantly poor, predominantly black, in an area that's already disproportionately impacted by toxic waste.
Okay, we're poor and mostly black and all sick of being dumped on.
So we'll petition the EPA to hear our arguments. If they agree, then Convent could provide a perfect test case, especially since there's already 6 chemical plants here.
Well, what do you mean test case?
Well, the environmental justice argument is based on a presidential order the Clintons signed 3 years ago. It's never been tested.
But they've already got their air and water permits.
We can reverse all the permits.
That's good.
It's about all of Convent, but we do need the black community to come out strongly against Shintech.
Well, as long as this doesn't become just about race.
Look, I don't see black or white. I just say what's wrong is wrong. All of us together. We need your help. I want you to read this. We need your help.
Miss Amanda. Lovely thing for the people that are here because it's...
What you look at who's coming to dinner?
Janice Dickerson.
Yeah. Hey, Roseanne, I gotta go. James, yeah, he hates me always being on the phone. Thanks.
This whole thing just stinks to high heaven.
April LaRose called me a racist. Hello?
You stop messing with our lives and we're gonna fix you good.
Who is this? Who is this? You leave my wife alone.
No, Miss April. This is not you here talking, is it?
That's my name there.
Pat Melancon and friends have done a complete about-face, hung up their sheets, anointing themselves our champions and protectors. Hung up their sheets, April.
Now, you know I have nothing personal against Pat Melancon.
Yeah, and here, look, see, the exploitative use of the color of our skin and our socioeconomic condition. Now, Miss April, where in the last 2 weeks did you learn this kind of vocabulary?
I just happen to know some words you don't know I know.
You slinging mud here, letting the enemy use you. That Janice Dickerson putting words in your mouth.
Pat Melancon put words in your mouth.
Who's saying that? Not anyone who knows me. You know anybody can put words in my mouth? No, 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 no.
That's driving me crazy.
Kath, you know what's going on.
You know, it just might be for someone other than you. I can't stand this anymore. Everybody at school treats me so weird.
Who at school? That boy, the one that Chris is always teasing
Mom,
about?
you don't know anything. It's not about boys. It's about this and what you're doing.
What I'm doing? What has that got to do with you and
It's got everything to do with me. You're my mother.
Pat. Pat. Here's something to wrap up the shrimp shells and other garbage.
Yeah, well, it's too late. The EPA is going to see this and think that everybody in Freetown, all your people are for Shintech and I'm some kind of brainwashing bigot. Catherine?
All my people do not all wear the same color on the same day or listen to the same Louis Armstrong records or eat chitlins and watermelons. They are individuals free to do what they think.
Well, how many individuals are going to think I'm a racist? Do you think that now, too?
I know you're not a racist, Pat. You're good as gold. Everybody knows that. But you got to know that they send people in there to divide and conquer.
You know
We
what?
gotta
You just
stop
take over because I can't change the color of my skin. And since that's a problem...
No, look, we can't let them do that.
Miss West, no more speeches. Not today, please.
Look, just suppose we just let it be for a while. Just let it be.
Catherine. Yeah. Catherine, I'm sorry. Can we finish our talk now?
We weren't having a talk.
Well, I want to hear more about what's happening at school.
No.
Sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that all this was going on.
Mom, they call you names like Crazy Pat Melancon, Too Big for Her Britches, and the 2-Bit Toxic Avenger.
Well, honey, those kids are just ignorant.
Those kids are my friends. Or at least they used to be. And now they hardly ever talk to me, and it's not fair. It's not my fault. Everything was fine for all this Shintech crap.
Catherine, Elizabeth, you watch your language.
Who cares about my language?
I care. I care. And I care about you. I need you to understand that. I am doing this because...
Mom, you're doing this for me. Yeah, right, whatever.
All right, well, maybe I can... I don't know, I can go to school and talk to your teacher.
Mom, just stay out of it. Stay out of my life. That should be easy.
Pat, got important news. The EPA has agreed to hear our environmental justice argument. So you better get your frequent flyer card, because we are going to Washington.
I can't go. I can't.
What do you mean you can't go?
We don't even have to pay.
I can't do this anymore. It can't be worth it. My family is falling apart. They're dragging our names through the mud.
Pat, we cannot do this without you.
Of course you can.
No, Pat. You can come at them with the statistics, the science, the history, everything.
Look, no matter what I do, I'm going to be letting somebody down, either my family or the group, and I have to make a choice. First and foremost, I am a mother, and I am a wife, and I can't be those things and do this too. I can't.
Hold up. You know I can't walk that fast. Are you telling me you're just gonna walk away from us? After everything your family already done, already sacrificed, after everything you sacrificed to get so close.
We're not even close.
Washington, D.C. clothes.
Miss West, I'm sorry, but I can't do this.
Pat, if I'd have fought with you when my Yolanda was a baby, she might be alive today. But I didn't have nobody like you, nobody, intellectual to be shouting with. I was just a lonely voice in the wilderness. Nobody took me seriously. But now you got the facts, and I still got my loud voice. We're making a difference together. We're doing it to give our kids a chance at a future. A future. Pat, you can't walk away!
I'm off the phone. There's a chicken in the oven, and the couch is yours. Now, don't pass out from shock. There. No. I gotta pick Catherine up from her dance class. I'll be back in 10 minutes, all right?
I lost.
The union election?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. James, I am so sorry. This is all my fault.
I guess they got me. Now we just gotta make sure they don't get you.
Nobody's gonna get me.
That's good.
Because I quit.
You what?
Yeah, I realize that you and the kids are the most important thing to me. I need to be here for you.
But
And I'm going to go back to teaching, and I'm going to bring in some money so you don't have to work all the time. I'm going to make this up to you, James, I promise.
I know you're a hard-headed woman. You're gonna do what you want, but I do not think it's right to stop fighting this now.
No, no, not you two. I thought this was what you wanted.
Well, sure I want it. But you've been fighting a long time, and now it's starting to make a difference. They're scared of you, Pat, because you're right. And they know it. You can't stop now. That's what I mean by not letting them get you. I lost that election today because the guys at the plant, they don't understand what's at stake here. You still got some teaching to do, Mrs. Melancon.
A handful of Louisiana housewives filed suit against Shintech, a Japanese conglomerate proposing to build a $700 million petrochemical plant in a neighboring sugarcane field. The group is calling itself the St. James Citizens for Jobs and the Environment, and their president is Pat Melancon, school teacher and mother.
We have all the evidence we need to prove that Shintech's plant poses an unacceptable threat to the health of our community. And if the state of Louisiana will not protect us, then we have got to take our argument to a higher level.
Okay, Imelda's in the car. They're waiting for you. I will pick up Catherine from dance, and Gloria's gonna take Chris to basketball practice.
Now you got your ticket?
Oh, Lord, I don't know.
Pat,
Oh, Lord.
sweetheart, it is gonna be fine. You know everything backward and forward. There is nothing to be nervous about. It is just a little old government agency, and you are a pit bull.
I know that's not what's wrong.
Well, then what is it that's got you so jumpy?
I've never flown in an airplane before.
We thank thee, O Lord, for the wings to fly us safely to our nation's capital, so that we may raise our voices in harmony with the good people of the Environmental Protection Agency. Lord, continue to help us stop Shintech. Keep them out of Convent and Freetown. Yes, Lord, help us take the power, help us claim the victory. Amen.
Amen.
What started as a battle against toxic waste in a small Louisiana town has evolved into the EPA's first test case on the issue of environmental justice. Together with Tulane University's Environmental Law Clinic, these women have ruffled some big feathers.
And I'll tell you this, I'm going to look differently at Tulane from a perspective of having major tax breaks if what they're going to do is support a bunch of vigilantes out there that make their own laws.
They say that your failure to appreciate the people's need for representation makes you look like a bully.
Who's a bully? The big fat professors drawing big salaries, trying to run people out of the state? Or me, who's saying, please, come to Louisiana, bring us some jobs, jump through the hoops and do it right.
Now, we know it's going to get meaner and uglier before it gets better. But you haven't met mean and you haven't met bad until you've met a mama protecting her young. And that's who we are. We are the mamas and the daddies protecting our young.
Pat and most of the others got kids, but I'm free to go anywhere the organization needs me. And I've always said, I'll go all the way to Japan to tell Shintech in their backyard that we don't want them in ours. We are a small, poor community. And we are sick and tired. Tired of fighting for what should make sense to most everybody. Now, we have nothing personal against you or Japan. But we are overburdened. You see this? This is where all the people live. And here is where your plant is supposed to go. Here's the school. I have a petition signed by over 1,000 residents. Some drawings, artwork from the children. I know you all probably have little ones too.
Have you heard from Tokyo?
Yeah. She called, but we had such a bad connection. All I could hear about was what a hard time she had finding a good hamburger. Where's the other Shintech file?
I think you have enough here.
Andrea, it's public record, and I want to see it.
Still 75 cents a copy. That's okay. We don't need you to copy them.
You know so much about this, I feel you could practically do it on your own.
Oh, not without you. What are you talking about? What, was it because of what the governor said about Tulane?
I'm pregnant. I didn't know how to tell you.
Oh, no, Lisa, it's the Lord's blessing.
I'm not going to be much help in a few months. I mean, not for a while anyway.
Yeah, I know.
But it's you and it's Miss West and it's the other ladies that really make a difference.
You just concentrate on having a healthy baby.
Pat, I hope I'm half as bad and mean a mother as you are.
And I knew then, praise the Lord, I had reached the heart of Shintech. There was no doubt in my mind. See, you can tell a lot about a man's heart by when he chooses to move his feet. Now, you remember that.
I will, Grandma West.
Don't call me Grandma.
Hey, Roseanne! Hey, there's Mary and Bob. Hi.
Hey, Bob.
Hey,
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
We got the message that the EPA vetoed the air permits. Now what?
Well, it'll buy us some time. They found over 50 technical errors in their permits, including our students' discovery that their heaters were actually reactors. It'll take them months to rewrite those applications.
So, meanwhile, we just brace ourselves for the next round.
Let's just hope we're still here. The governor has asked the state Supreme Court to investigate the student law clinics, especially ours. They could restrict us representing groups like yours in the future. It's because we've been so effective together. We should be proud of that.
We are proud, and we are strong. Now we got some marching to do.
Yes.
Enough is enough. Real enough is enough. 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 We have marched from the Capitol to the governor's mansion to find that Governor Foster has gone fishing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. He has gone fishing. What is it going to take for our officials to realize that a $700 million plant like Shintech cannot bring back hundreds of lives?
No.
$700 million cannot bring back one single human life.
That's my mom.
We are sitting on a time bomb, and the future of our children, I mean, all of our children, is at stake. Now, when are our officials going to wake up and realize that they have to put people first and quit putting profits first? And we are not going to go away until they do. Is that right? We are going to stay in their face every single day until they clean up their act.
Pat?
Yeah?
Darren left something for you. It's on the kitchen table.
All right.
Oh, no, Papa. And I'm about to
Pat graduated from college. Darren's first of month, so.
It's Lisa. Lisa? The baby.
Beautiful boy. Don't worry, Roger. I've done this once or twice before.
Thank you for driving down.
Oh, God, we wouldn't have missed it. Darren. Hey, Darren. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And besides, ladies, I have some information for you that I just couldn't phone or fax. Even though the EPA hasn't ruled yet on our environmental justice suit.
What's happened now?
Shintech surrendered.
What do you mean?
I mean, they realized that you ladies weren't going to go away, and they couldn't afford any more delays, so they cut their losses, and they're going to locate elsewhere, outside of St. James Parish.
Congratulations. Thank you. Together, you see?
And the new plant, by the way, will be far smaller, and it will not produce vinyl chloride, chlorine, or EDC.
I love it here so much.
But after 2 years, it feels good to have your life back.
You know, I'd do it all over again.
Really?
The people I've met, regular hardworking people who care about their kids and their homes. It's very powerful.
Well, I'm relieved it's over.
Oh, don't talk crazy. There's nothing over. We stopped Shintech, but there's plenty other polluters for Pat and me to fight this fight. You know, I believe, God has me here for a reason, I got a late start. Like Moses was 80 when he started to use him. So I say, Imelda, he wants to use you right now. And with Pat Melancon and Lisa LaVie, white, black, old, young. I don't have a college degree, but with Pat, we are a hard combination to stop. Oh, yes.
Please.